Welcome to a double RSR. First of all, we're reviewing Botafogo 2, Seattle Sounders 1, FIFA Club World Cup 2025 Group B, Botafogo 2, Seattle Sounders FC 1, la Mundial de Clubes de la FIFA, Fase de Grupos, Grupo B. And then we review Costa Rica 4, Suriname 3, in the CONCACAF Gold Cup 2025 Group A, Costa Rica 4, Suriname 3 en la Copa Oro de la CONCACAF, Fase de Grupos, Grupo A. First of all, we'll talk about the Club World Cup, which started first. Then we talk about Costa Rica. Botafogo Seattle is pretty simple, besides the goals and stats. Costa Rica Suriname, there's a little bit more to pull off that onion. More layers to pull off that onion. So we'll start with Club World Cup because it was first, and then less to talk about. Goals were scored as follows. 28th minute, Jair Cunha scores a free kick played in over the top. Cunha with a header past Stefan Fry. 1-0, 1-0. 44th minute, ball crossed into the box. Horrible marking. Igor Jesus, the one who doesn't play for LAFC, scores a header. Stefan Fry does not get there. It looked like he was moving in slow motion. Ball into the net, past Fry. 2-0, 2-0, halftime. 2-0, 2-0, medio tiempo. Seattle, honestly, were the better team for most of the game. They just can't defend set pieces. If they could have defended those headers or not allowed those to happen off the free kick and the cross, they would have won this game or drawn. They honestly deserved a draw the way they played, but they didn't because Botafogo held on by the skin of their teeth. Because 75th minute, Christian Roldan scores, ball crossed in by Paul Rothrock. Christian Roldan with a header off the shoulder of Igor Jesus, the man who scored the winning goal after this, because his goal became the winning goal. 2-1 for Christian Roldan, 2-1. He gets the first ever MLS goal in the Club World Cup, either version. And that game ends 2-1. Full time, 2-1, 2-1. In the end, Seattle kept pushing, but they just couldn't get that second goal to get the point. In the end, Botafogo holds on by the skin of their teeth. Full-time stats, 12 shots to 23, 6 shots on goal to 5, 40% possession to 60% possession, 412 pass to 594, 82% pass accuracy to 87% pass accuracy, 18 fouls to 6, 0 offside to 0, 2 yellow cards to 2, 0 red cards to 0, 0 corners to 4. Botafogo was not the better team. Let's be real. I believe Seattle was the better team. It's like that Al-Ali game. Seattle's good enough to stand to a team outside of CONCACAF. But they're just not good enough to win. They're just not good enough to push that last button to get the win. They're just not good enough to win over anybody who's out of CONCACAF. They're very solid. And this Seattle team was not as good as the Al-Ali Seattle team. They were the better team tonight, Seattle. They put everything on the line. They should have got a point at the very least. If they could defend crosses, they would have. Again, if Seattle could have defended crosses and free kicks and corners or headers, they would have won. They couldn't do that. A set piece and a cross where their marking was not there, and arguably, their goal was off a header that should have never went in, but it did. There you go. And you got to look at it and say, well, you know what? That's football for you. Sometimes the better team doesn't win. As I was making the point throughout the day, sometimes the better team on the day doesn't win. Sometimes they don't. And this is one of those games. And arguably, you could say the Costa Rica-Suriname game was the same. The better team on the day did not win either of these games. And Seattle, I'd say man of the match for this game, Paul Rothrock. Man, he added a damn jolt to this game that Seattle could have really jumped out of and got a win here. Or at least a point. So, there you go. Seattle deserved better than a loss. They should have got a point, but they didn't. Botafogo survives by the skin of their teeth. They sat back, waited for 2 good moments, got 2 goals, and did not give up 2 or more. It's pretty that simple. It's pretty much that simple. Seattle, better team, but the better team lost. There you go. Let's move on to Costa Rica, Suriname, because there's much more to talk about here. Costa Rica, 4. Suriname, 3. Costa Rica, 4. Suriname, 3. Costa Rica wins. They're top of Group A after 1 match because of them having more goals scored than Mexico, but they still have a +1 goal differential. Suriname were the better team to start the game, but they made 2 mistakes the first 20 minutes of the game. Led to them being down. They get 1 back before half. They tie the game, actually take the lead, and then the game gets tied. Then they lose it late. What a roller coaster of a match. 15th minute, Alonso Martinez gets a goal. Ball gets played into Alonso Martinez. He takes a shot. It bounces off a defender and past Vasson to have the ball go in 1-0. And they run into Vasson's head. He's healthy, though. But Alonso Martinez redirects the ball to a point where it rolls in past the keeper. 1-0, 1-0. 19th minute. Dijksteel gives away the penalty. Manfred Ugalde steps up to take it. Vasson goes one way. Ugalde goes the other. 19th minute, 2-0. Scores a penalty. Wouldn't be the first one. 2-0, 2-0. 34th minute, ball's crossed in. Geronimo Kirk is right there. Goes backwards. Heads it in backwards past Keylor Navas. A backwards header. Flicks his head back just to pop it in. 2-1. Crazy goal. Amazing header. 2-1. 2-1. Suriname has life. And they hold on to keep it 2-1 at the half. 2-1. Miro tiempo. Or 2-1. Miro tiempo. 2-1 at the half. And then Suriname comes out firing to start the second. Margaret scores. Ball crossed in by Kirk. He gets an assist. To the foot of Margaret. He taps it in past Keylor Navas. 59th minute. 2-2. 2-2. 65th minute. A penalty off a handball is given. Gallo called for the handball. He went chicken wing. Hit his elbow. Open arm. Penalty given off VAR as it should be. Shaquille Piñas scores. Takes the shot under the arm. Low and under the arm of Navas. Navas went the right way, but what a powerful penalty. 65th minute, 2-3, 2-3. Piñas scores the penalty, and Suriname has the lead. 76th minute, Josemar Alcacer gets a shot. Ball rebounds back to him. Ball rebounds around. Big shots taken. Falls to Alcacer. He takes a banger of a shot. 76th minute, 3-3, 3-3. 90 plus 12. A bad penalty given away by Suriname at the death. You can't go against it. Foot into the leg. No ball. Penalties given has to be. Manfred Ugalde takes it again. Again, Vasson goes the wrong way. Ugalde goes the other. Slots it home. 4-3, 4-3. And then the game is over. Full time, 4-3, 4-3. Costa Rica wins. And honestly, Suriname deserved better. They deserve better. I honestly think they were the better team for most stretches of the game, actually playing the football. Yeah, they made a couple of mistakes, which led to 3 of the 4 goals. They probably deserved better than a loss. A draw would have been better, but a heartbreaking loss for Suriname. They deserve better, but Costa Rica absolutely took advantage of mistakes made by Suriname, and they win the match 4-3, 4-3 esta noche. Full-time stats, 17 shots to 9, 8 shots on goal to 6, 52% possession to 48% possession, 349 pass to 332, 82% pass accuracy to 80% pass accuracy, 17 fouls to 17, 5 offside to 1, 1 yellow card to 2, 0 red cards to 0, 9 corners to 2. Suriname had the possession for most of this match. The possession arrow was tilted towards them. Their shots, they didn't have many, but they looked to take their chances. Costa Rica might have had more shots, but let's be real. Suriname had more possession. They were very good with the ball. They went forward. They defended very well, besides the mistakes they made. The only goal that I would say really wasn't a mistake was Costa Rica's rebound extravaganza that was scored by Alcacer. That wasn't really a mistake. That was just luck. Beautiful goal, but luck. Suriname should have at least drawn this game. I feel like a win would have been fairer. I feel like a win would have been the true result. Suriname deserved better tonight. They did. But you can't make 3 mistakes, give away 2 penalties, and hope to win a match against Costa Rica. You may be better now, but it's hard to do. It's very, very hard to do. And you look at it and you say, damn, we were right there. Yeah, you were right there, but it just wasn't meant to be. Even though I still think man of the match is Jarano Kirk. 2 assists, a goal, good game from him. He had a damn good game. Had a damn good game for Suriname. And honestly, he deserved the win more than anybody. That man put everything out there, put his foot, heart, body on the line to get that game, and it didn't happen. Kirk, man of the match. Costa Rica, they did well, but I wouldn't say they deserved to win. Suriname gave them the win. You can't give away 3 mistakes and hope to win. As I said, it's impossible. You may have been the better team, but the mistakes were costly. I think Suriname was a better team, but the mistakes were costly. And you're going to be kicking yourself until your next game, if not after. Especially if you get knocked out of the group stage. You could have put yourself in a really good position, and you didn't. You had the lead. You could have been tied with Mexico. Actually, you would have been ahead on fair play points if you held the lead. And you didn't. And you didn't. And now you're kicking yourself. It's going to make it hard to get out of the group. I don't know if Suriname's going to bring a performance like this for the rest of the group. It's going to be hard. Dominican looked damn good against Mexico. Mexico is still Mexico. This is going to be tough for Suriname. And you know they're just kicking themselves right now. 3 mistakes cost them the game. That's life. Costa Rica, they capitalize. They win 4-3, 4-3. They are top of the group as we speak because of more goals scored than Mexico. Same goal differential, more goals scored. With that being said, honestly deserved at least that they lead the group because Mexico, the way they played, they honestly don't deserve to have 3 points, but they do. Again, today's the lesson of the better team doesn't always win on the night. That's simple. With that being said, I think we got what we got to say. Pretty easy double review. Could have expanded more, but I didn't. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Later today, because it is Monday, I will be live at 2 p.m., 1:55, 2 p.m. for Chelsea versus LAFC. We will review Chelsea, LAFC. Then I will be back for the 2 Gold Cup games tomorrow night, or tonight, I should say. Guadeloupe, Panama, live. Panama, Guadeloupe, live. Jamaica, Guatemala, live RSR. So 3 lives today, 2 more RSRs because this is still coming out on Monday. So technically it would be the first of 3 RSRs. We had a crazy Sunday. I hope I didn't lose my voice. I could start feeling a little bit of a scratchy throat as I need it for the rest of the month and especially tomorrow. So we'll see how I wake up. With that being said, I'll see you later today. Honestly, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.